Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how the world expects men to break their silence first? She pulls away, and suddenly you're the one who's supposed to fix it. You're the one who's supposed to reach out, check in, apologize, even if you didn't do anything wrong. But what happens when you don't? What happens when instead of chasing, you go quiet? Not as a tactic, but because you're done explaining your worth to someone who refuses to see it. That silence, it becomes a mirror. And that mirror reflects the truth she's been hiding from. The fact that you were the one holding the connection together. And when that illusion shatters, when she realizes you're no longer available for her push and pull games, that's when everything shifts. Let's talk about what really happens when you stop chasing and start letting go. Completely. First thing, your absence exposes the illusion of control. She thought she had the upper hand. Not maliciously, maybe not even consciously, but she believed deep down that if she pulled away, you'd come running. Because in the past, maybe you did. Maybe you sent the late night texts. Maybe you broke no contact first. Maybe you proved over and over that your love was unconditional, even when it wasn't reciprocated. But now, your silence says something louder than any words ever could. I'm not afraid to lose someone who treats me like I'm replaceable. And that scares her, because now she's realizing that the power she thought she had was never hers to begin with. She was leaning on your consistency, your forgiveness, your effort. Now that it's gone, she has to face herself. Second thing, the ego doesn't know what to do with your silence. See, her ego was comfortable in knowing that she could pull away and you'd still orbit around her. But your silence, it disrupts that narrative. She starts asking questions. Did he move on? Was I not enough? Why isn't he trying to fix it? The silence makes her sit in uncertainty, and that uncertainty eats away at the image she built of herself in your story. Because the truth is, she was used to being the prize. She was used to being desired, pursued, fought for. But now, your silence becomes a signal that you're no longer interested in playing roles. You're interested in peace, and if she can't bring that, you're not afraid to walk away. Third thing, you reclaim your dignity in the quiet. There's something powerful about not reacting. Not because you don't feel, but because you choose not to beg. Begging for attention is a form of self-betrayal. It tells your nervous system that you're unsafe without their validation. But silence, that's a choice. It's you saying, I will not beg to be loved properly. And this shift doesn't just affect her, it heals you. You stop seeking closure from someone who never planned to give it. You stop needing answers from a person who only gave you confusion. This is how men rise. Not through noise, but through stillness. Not through trying harder, but by letting go of what drains them. Fourth thing, your silence breaks the fantasy. When she pulled back, she assumed you'd remain in limbo, waiting, wondering, hoping. But now that you've gone silent, she's forced to question her story. She starts replaying the moments, the conversations, the way your energy shifted, and suddenly the fantasy of you always being there starts to crumble, because you're no longer emotionally available for half love. You're no longer the version of yourself that tolerated being second-guessed. Now you've disappeared, not out of spite, but because you're done watering dead plants. And when she looks around and sees that you're not where she left you, that's when the weight of her decisions finally hits. Fifth thing, you create space for real clarity. When emotions run high, logic runs low. And during those silent stretches, something interesting happens. Clarity creeps in. You begin to see what you were blind to when you were emotionally invested. You notice the red flags you justified, the disrespect you tolerated, the energy you wasted. And she starts seeing the value she overlooked. Not the material things, not the texts or gifts, but the emotional stability, the presence, the masculine calm you brought. Sometimes distance is the only thing that brings perspective, and when that distance is filled with silence, it's like time slows down enough to finally tell the truth. Sixth thing, you're no longer a character in her drama. Let's be honest, some people crave chaos. They feed off emotional reactions. They feel alive when there's tension. And when you were reacting, you were giving her that fuel. But when you go silent, when you stop playing into the narrative, the drama loses its fire. You remove yourself from the roller coaster. You stop being the bad guy, the fixer, or even the nice guy. You become an undefined space, a mystery. And that mystery haunts her, because now she doesn't know what you're thinking. She doesn't know if you've moved on, or if you've healed, or if you've simply lost interest. And that lack of control, it breaks the pattern. Seventh thing, you remind her that peace is power. Silence isn't cold, it's not manipulation, it's discipline. In a world where everyone's oversharing, reacting, defending, silence is sacred. And when you choose peace over proving yourself, it hits different. She sees it, she feels it, because real power doesn't shout, it just is. You're no longer chasing closure or validation. You're not trying to teach her a lesson, you're just refusing to carry what's not yours. And that calm presence, that grounded energy, that's what leaves the deepest imprint. Eighth thing, some women only understand your worth after you're gone. It's tragic, but true. Some people can't see what's in front of them until it's no longer accessible. While you were there, available, patient, consistent, she might have mistaken that for weakness. But now that you're silent, now that you've withdrawn your energy and walked away without slamming the door, she starts feeling the void. She realizes that the connection wasn't perfect, but it was real, that the attention she craved from others never gave her the calm you did, and by then, it's often too late. Because you're no longer waiting, you're evolving, and some people were only meant to be lessons, not lifelong chapters. So here's what I want you to remember. Your silence isn't a punishment, it's protection. It's not about revenge, it's about release. You're not walking away to make her miss you. You're walking away because you finally love yourself more than the idea of convincing someone to stay. Let her sit in the silence. Let her feel the absence. And while she wrestles with her illusions, you keep building the kind of man who never needs to chase again. Power.